Hey, welcome to Planet Hex. I'm Andrew Horn. This is the show where I talk about a lot of retro movies, a lot of VHS tapes, comics, games, classic horror magazines, the writing life, action figures, and a bunch of other stuff that scratches the retro itch. I'm very itchy still. I must scratch, and I must scratch well. On this episode, I'm going to talk about a bunch of things. We're going to go and check out our usual X-Rental look on eBay. I'm going to talk about some of the finds I've made this week online, which are worth checking out, and a bunch of other stuff. So, this week I've been working on the book, VHS My Brain 2, The Revenge, that is out next month in March. I am getting there. It's nearly there. I had to push the date back a bit, but it is nearly ready. I promise you it is on its way. So, what else have I been doing? Today I went out with kids and my wife, and we ended up at our local game store. We actually have a local game store near here, which is a really nice feeling to have. Really nice thing to have. So, where I live, just outside Nottingham City Centre, there is a new sort of marketplace building with lots of little small stores in it, and there is a new place in there. It's been open a couple of months. It's called Dyson Balls. Great name. So it's for, so it's like tabletop gaming, and it's also circus skills. So quite a mix of stuff there. So we called in today and we played some games, which was a lot of fun, really. So there's my wife Claire, and there's Alex and Joe, and we played some tabletop. We played some Dobble, and we played Cluster, which is a great game involving magnets. Do check out Cluster if you haven't played that before. It's a lot of fun, but it's a great place to play D&D there, and you can play Magic or whatever you like. There's a wall of games there that you can play in the store. There's a wall of games that you can purchase, or you can bring your own stuff in. I think what Joe was most entertained by though there today was the three dogs that were there. So he was in paradise with three dogs to check out there. So that was really nice. A nice warm welcome, good place to be. So we had a lot of fun there. Then we came home, and Alex wanted to make a YouTube video. So that's what we did. So nice, wholesome afternoon activity for you and your kid. It's making a YouTube video. So Alex has changed his YouTube name to Angelic Pain with a 1 for an I, so you know it's very late 90s, early 2000s, and he did a review of some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Funko Bitty Pop blind bags. So yeah, look out for that on YouTube, and check him out. He's just getting into making this sort of thing, and I think it's good fun for him. It's a nice creative thing to do. So let's go and check out what we've been revisiting. Before we go and look at the stuff on eBay, I've been revisiting a bunch of stuff this week, and it's been a bit of an eclectic week. I have been reading A Telly on Toast, which is about the adventures of a breakfast TV producer. That is a really good eye-opener so far. So one thing I've revisited this week has been Beavis and Butthead Do America. Picked it from a charity shop for 30p, and yeah, believe me, this film will not get made now these days. But I was a big Beavis and Butthead fan back in the 90s, and I remember seeing this at the cinema, and it's just, yeah, it's tasteless. It holds up. It's still funny, but it is remarkably tasteless. And I did repeatedly think this would never get made now. And of course, after watching Beavis and Butthead Do America again, I had to go back to the source and revisit Work Sucks. In my opinion, one of my favourite VHS from that whole era, Beavis and Butthead. Now, something I did want to do this week was I wanted another copy of Trick or Treat. So I have mentioned many times my love for Trick or Treat, the 1986 teen heavy metal horror movie, and I still love it to this day. Absolutely love this movie, but my Pals Premiere tape is very precious to me. I know I wouldn't be able to replace it if it got damaged or too worn. So I wanted to get a digital copy. So I just did a search. I did an Amazon search on a Trick or Treat DVD, 1986, of course, not the 2009 one, and got this one. I thought it's Trick or Treat on DVD. It's a step up until I think is it Shout Factory? Is it Shout Factory or Vinegar Syndrome? I think it's Shout Factory that are putting out eventually a Trick or Treat Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray with extras and stuff. So I'm on board for that, as long as I can get one that works over here. But for the time being, I thought I'll get this DVD from Amazon. Yep, the cover art is awful, terrible cover art, the worst cover art it could possibly have had. And only like 2 actual images from the movie on the back of it. I thought, but it's on DVD. What I didn't realise that it's also in 4:3. It's 4:3. It's bloody full screen, and it is the worst transfer I have ever seen of like anything. It's muddy. It's dark. The sound's muffled. Basically, it looks. I mean, it's High Flyers. It's High Flyers Entertainment, so they're definitely not this bad. But it looks like a VHS rip, and not a good one. It's not a very. It's unwatchable. My VHS copy looks 10 times better than this does. This is terrible, an awful waste of materials and time. So I can't even get through it, which is terrible because I love Trick or Treat, and I thought my love for the film would have helped me through it, but no, I just can't get through it. It's absolute junk. So what did cheer me up though was I revisited my something weird double featured DVD that I have with She Freak and A Taste of Blood on it. She Freak is entertaining. It's a remake of Freaks, and A Taste of Blood is yes, it's an entertaining enough, very schlocky, very suitably something weird sort of flick, directed by none other than Herschel Gordon Lewis. Yes, that guy. But what is incredible about these DVDs was the wealth of extras on them. There's so many extras on these, like weird little short films and trailers and like public information films and stuff like that. Not all, well, many are NSFW, but well worth checking out. If you ever come across a something weird DVD, they're worth checking out. And to cleanse the palate, after trying to watch that Trick or Treat DVD, I revisited one more time, as you saw me pick up on this channel, TerraVision, because it's so silly. It's very, very silly, and makes me happy. Silly things make me very happy. So I think that's what it all boils down to. Great movie, great fun. So I've got a couple of searches open here on eBay that I've not done a video shop search in a couple of weeks, and I'm just going to see what comes up. So a lot of things I'm guessing will be advertising posters, but I'm hoping for some standees, maybe some shelving. We shall see. So let's go and have a look over on eBay at some video shop gear. First thing straight away, there's Bride of Chucky. I have a thing against Chucky, but that comes from working in a comic shop years ago, and we used to have Chucky dolls that people would try out all the time, and it wound me up. Oh, there's a video shop poster for The Craft. Love that movie. Ring doorbells, no. See, this is really attractive to me. This Pet Cemetery poster is really attractive because it's a little bit worn. It has that use. Yeah, there's some like little nicks and little scratches on it and so on, and that gives it a lot of personality to me. I would so have that if I was in the market for a £40 poster. Let's see what else comes up. A little shop of horrors, fair enough. I like these, like the Fleshburn one there, stuff that you don't see very often. I personally prefer to have posters that are less well known in a video store. One day I am going to have a video store set up at home. Possibly have to have an outbuilding made for it, but we shall have a look at that as it goes along. £4 for the Judge Dredd ones, not bad. I wonder what else they've got on their page. We should go and have a look. A Specialist. A Saving Private Ryan standee. Not the most exciting thing to have in a video store setup, but cool to someone, I would imagine. Basic Instinct. Check that out. Wayne's World 2 original standee shaped like a guitar. Let's get that open and have a look. I like the look of that. See, a sad aspect of just the nature of things, with things getting older and things moving on. I'm seeing less and less video shop memorabilia, which is a shame. Thinking when I do have my own video store set up, I may actually get uniforms made. You know, I may get myself like a polo shirt or something like that with a logo on and put them up for sale on online. I think that would be fun. A 12 Monkey standee, that's pretty cool. There's nothing really grabbing me in terms of the the video shop stuff, but it's always worth looking. It's always worth looking. Let's go and have a look at the ones we got open. So we've got the Judge Dredd poster open, Stallone movie. I maintained the first 20 minutes were good. The rest of it, less so. Let's see what else they've got, because that's a good price. Oh, okay, they're also selling the Wayne's World one at £60. So Judge Dredd is 4, 12 Monkeys at 50, Bicentennial Man. Oh, they've got quite a few. Starship Troopers, quality. Oh, that's 2012 standee. Rent-A-Kid, Leslie Nielsen. Oh, that's cool. If it wasn't £60, maybe if it was like 20, I would seriously consider that Phantasm standee. That's really cool. Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead. Love the Phantasm movies. How big is it? And on the other side is Project Intercept. I would be having the Phantasm side up. Let's see how long, 50 centimeters, so not huge, but looks pretty cool. Let's have a look at this this Wayne's World one here. That's awesome. Is that cardboard? Yeah, it's card. I see it's folded there. See, with Wayne's World 2, of course, there's the with the Wayne's World movies, there's the whole Alice Cooper thing. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. I actually had a moment like that when I was working in the old comic shop I used to work in. It shut down in like 2011, but there were 2 incidents where Alice Cooper walked into the shop, and it's in Sheffield. You know, it was a surprise, but of course. It wasn't too far away from Sheffield Arena, so you would be able to see. You could understand why sometimes you'd find bands in there. And the first time he came in, he was kind of incognito, and he was on his own. So he got like tracksuit bottoms on and a t-shirt and a straw hat with his hair tied up underneath it. I'm guessing to intentionally look inconspicuous. But he came into the shop, and was like, "It's Alice Cooper! It's Alice Cooper!" So my 2 workmates that were on were nudging me and giggling because they could see I was completely starstruck, which doesn't happen often. And I asked for his autograph, and he was very kind to sign an autograph for me, and was really, really pleasant. And but I do think he was a bit annoyed at being recognised. So sorry, Alice. Thank you for being cool, though. I really appreciate that. That was like 2005 or so. And then 2 months later, I came in with his whole family, and I must say they were absolutely lovely people, really calm and polite and pleasant people. But that second time he came in full gear. I think he figured, I'm going to get recognised anyway, I might as well come in full gear. So he got the leathers on, and he'd got the makeup, and it was just epic. So that when he came in then the second time, he was like, "Oh, hello, Alice, mate." And he was like, "Hi." It was really cool. But there was a lot of people that would come in. One story that I like to mention is on a Monday night, Phil Oakey from the Human League would come in and chat, and he was a really, really cool person, really nice and down to earth, and we would like chat about Doctor Who, that sort of thing. So that was always pleasant. And a band that got somewhat bigger since those days, Bring Me the Horizon. So Bring Me the Horizon used to come into the comic shop. Sometimes it was the whole band, sometimes it was just the drummer, because the drummer would buy his comics from us each week. And they, again, lovely, really, really sweet people. And I often wonder if I ran into him, not that I would ever run into the drummer from Bring Me the Horizon, if I ever ran into him and said, "Do you remember coming into the comic shop and buying your comics each week?" And I wonder if they'd recognise me. I'd have the bald head would be visible. But I remember Bring Me the Horizon being really, really cool, down-to-earth people. And he knew his stuff. He really knew his stuff. So that was cool little anecdote there. Alice Cooper, Phil Oakey, and Bring Me the Horizon. Anyway, let's get back to looking at these things. So after the Wayne's World one, I got open a search for X-Rental big box VHS tapes. I mean, what else am I going to talk about? You know, so I've not set this to cheapest because I've found that if I just set this to lowest price in PMP over on eBay, then I just keep getting the same stuff that people are not able to sell. It really telling about the market. I just don't think that everything is going to shift. Some tapes will always sell, but not everything. And I did notice over the last few videos where we've done searches on eBay, the same stuff has been coming up time and time again. So let's go and check out what we've got here. Christmas Evil on pre-sale. Let's have a look at the tape on that. £50. It's not a bad one. You don't see that much. Curtains, that's freakish. A Texas Chainsaw Massacre copy signed by Gunnar Hansen. So that's signed by Leatherface. That's cool. Wonder if there's any art on the back. I don't recognise the releasing company for that one. The Ghoulies, big box. That's the Ghoulies cut one we saw last time. Critters, Monster Squad. Let's see, have a look at the art on the back of Monster Squad, because that's one you would see everywhere. It's for people of a certain era. Monster Squad was one of those rites of passage movies. It was like Adventures in Babysitting, that sort of thing, or Porky's. It's like, no, you've got to see this in order to become a teenager. I think, you know, it's one of those rites of passage movies. Good fun, good fun. Basket Case 2. Evil Ed, Monster Dog, Ghoulies 2. That Ghoulies 2 looks nice for $6.50. Let's have a look at some of that. The Gate. Ooh. The Vestron, very nice Vestron edition of Terrorvision. Because my copy is Entertainment in Video, but a lot of copies of Terrorvision were really high priced when I went and had a look. Popcorn, Scare Maker, the Hidden's great. Oh, there we go. That Friday's Curse. That is the Friday the 13th TV series that didn't have Jason Voorhees in it, and was instead based around blood tracks, based around an antiques dealer who passes away, and all his antiques are cursed, and they get sold off, and they go around the world, and then a team of people have to come together to try and retrieve these cursed artifacts because they keep causing havoc. Scalps. It wasn't the best show, but I did watch it. Ooh. Diodato's Body Count. I've not seen that one on here for a while. See if we've got one more here for you. Biohazard. Don't see that often either. Let's have a look at those. So we've got this. Christmas Evil. On Video Gold, that's the one. It's the night before Xmas, 1947. That Killer Santa. How can you not love a movie about Killer Santa? So this Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, that is cool. That is signed by Leatherface himself. Crazy artwork though. That is a good looking tape. Let's have a look at the back of that one. See which images they used. The meat hook scene, Leatherface, and the back of the truck. Very cool. So Monster Squad, one of those 80s movies that just everyone had to see, and I do recommend, if you're into your 80s movies and you haven't seen Monster Squad, give it a look, because it is well worth it. Welcome back to the celluloid nightmare. For a frighteningly good laugh, this refreshing and original monster movie cannot be beaten. It's well worth your time, well worth your time. Ghoulies 2, let's have a look at the state this tape is in. So the back's looking good, the packet's looking good, there's a print on the front that's can't be helped, a stamp. There's some rental stickers, I love rental stickers. Tape is looking good, Nick. Yeah. Not seeing any mold there, so that's good. And that is an Entertainment in Video box. Is it an Entertainment in Video release? Yeah. So I see there's the later Entertainment in Video logo, and while inside the box you can see, not very clear there, let's see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. There is the old embossed Entertainment in Video logo. That is cool. I'm going to give that a watch. That is well worth keeping an eye on. That is not a bad price for that at all. So this edition of Terrorvision we got here, lovely Vestron box, good looking Vestron tape with no mold on it. Lucas Video Group RV box. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. I like that. Oh, it's French. That's why I don't recognise it. It's a French edition. Fair enough. So this Friday's Curse one, they I think when they released a lot of the videos for it, they wanted to distance it from the Friday the 13th TV series because it didn't have the same plot in it and it did not have Jason in it. So when they released the episodes, I think it was 2 at a time, it was released like that with 2 episodes on each tape. It's watchable. It's ultimately a bit forgettable, but you know, it's still alright. It's worth your time. This edition of Blood Tracks looks good. It's got the nice gory and lurid artwork. We love some lurid artwork. Let's have a look at the state of this. That's not bad looking at all. Conditions of tape in. That tape is really good condition. Shame about the sticker not being centered there, but that's a really good one to have a look at. So let's have a look at this. In the tradition of Friday the 13th and Halloween, body count. Now the woods are alive with the sound of screaming. I could imagine Julie Andrews singing that. That's epic. So if you're not familiar with Ruggero Deodato, he made Cannibal Holocaust, one of the most notorious movies ever. Understandably as well. Give it a watch if you've not seen that. Try not to wince too much at the animal cruelty in it because I can't. I hate those scenes. Biohazard. I don't see this one around much at all. It's got cool artwork, very clear alien knockoff artwork. Let's have a look at the back of it. Yep, it came to Earth from a distant planet. It knows what it wants. I don't know. What does it want? A scratch card? That's a good looking tape. Oh, I like it when sellers show it playing as well, just to prove that it works still, because you know it might not after all this time, and that's looking pretty good. So I like that. So that's a little look at eBay. I'm going to go and show you a few things that I've discovered. My finds of the week. I'm liking doing this. So I found some weird stuff. This time it's been over on Plex. So first up, there's Robo War, which is, as it says there, a clone stroke mix of Predator, Rambo and Robocop gone nuts jungle flick with an international cast, exotic locale and fantastic electronic music. Fantastic is pushing it a bit. Robo War is a badly acted, badly realised, but ultimately entertaining flick if you like your 80s movies. It's directed by Bruno Mattei, so you know what you're getting there. And it's your standard soldiers in a jungle fighting off a thing that's not human, sort of movie, and it is what it is. I like it that it's listed under comedy, horror, and more. It's like a sci-fi action horror tinged movie, but you can't take it seriously. But it is entertaining. And that says a lot. Next, what I found on Plex was Slaughterhouse. I had it on video. It's one that's very popular in the States. I believe the edition that is on Plex is slightly less cut than the version that was released on VHS here in the UK. So that's an interesting watch if you want to see what that was like. But it's one that pops up a lot in terms of like US VHS collectors. Worth a look if you haven't seen it. If you like your 80s horror movies, you know, big hit with a meat cleaver. You know, doesn't need to really be more of a plot than that really, but I do give that a look. I also found Skin Deep, which I found on a budget DVD many years ago, and quite light, very low budget, but I like the audacity of the people that made it. They got away with a lot of practical effects in it and a lot of gore. But it is listed as a Texas Chainsaw style comedy, sci-fi, horror, thriller, romantic drama. Make of that what you will. But a load of people get butchered in it. And this may divide people. This is an asylum movie, and you know, the ultra low budget ones. But I must say, Little Dead Rotting Hood played a lot better than I expected it to. It's very watchable. If you like stuff like Buffy and Charmed, but with a bit more horror, this is absolutely for you. The girl playing Little Dead Rotting Hood is awesome, and it works well. It works well as a late night viewing, a late night watch with wings and beer. Hugely recommended for that. But the last thing I'm going to recommend this week I found on Prime Video. and I've not finished watching it yet because it's really, really bloody long. And that is Woodlands Dark and Days Bewitched. So this is a 3-hour, 12-minute documentary about the origins of folk horror. And it's really fascinating, really interesting piece. It's got interviews with film directors and TV people and authors, and it's really well realized. So yeah, I really, really recommend checking out that documentary. Bear in mind, like I say, it's 3 hours long, but it is absolutely worth your time. And yeah, those are the things I've checked out this week, and I found this week that I think may be of interest to people of a like mind on here on my YouTube channel, and I do really appreciate it. So that's what I've been up to this week, and I'll be getting some more videos out to you very soon with another update about VHS Ate My Brain 2: The Revenge, which is very nearly completed. I've just got to make sure it's right for you guys. And yeah, I'm going to go and watch some more movies. So thank you for watching this episode of Planet Hex. Please do like and subscribe if you like this sort of thing, so you can stay up to date with my adventures in VHS tapes and retro stuff, and the writing life and my upcoming book, VHS Ate My Brain 2: The Revenge. And there's some other stuff coming after that as well. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Planet Hex.